Namaste and welcome. It is such an honor for me today to introduce Rakhi Israni, who is running for the US Congress from California's 14th District. She is an amazing woman. She is an attorney by profession. She is an entrepreneur. She has spent her life doing a lot of social service, public service in the Bay Area. And also, she is the mother of 4 wonderful children. Rakhi, it's such a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. Namaste.
No, it's all my pleasure. Thank you, Ranjani, for having me.
What a pleasure. So, what motivated you to run for office and why should people vote for you?
So as you had mentioned, I've served the community my whole life, and whatever level, whatever I've been involved with, I've used whatever resources at my disposal to help those around me as much as possible. And we're living in trying times. It seems like the political system is more about social media retweets and likes as opposed to solving problems, which is what I've strived to do my entire life, whether it's uplifting the youth in the company I started, or helping families in crisis through Seva, or just advocating for positive change. And I think this is the time where we need to bring that level of sense of duty to problem solving to Congress.
Fantastic. I love the problem solving part. And as an engineer, I believe in that a lot, So, and also as a woman, right? This is what women do, solve problems every single day. You know what really touched me deeply was in your launch video, you are actually using the word Dharma, and you're using that as a foundation for running for office itself. Can you tell me your motivation for doing that, and what does it really mean to have Dharma as a foundation for your run for Congress?
So I intentionally wanted to start the launch video with the idea of Dharma because it describes my decision-making framework as I move forward. The concept of Dharma is such a powerful concept. It transcends religion, it transcends any divisions. These are the universal laws that govern humanity. They are the laws that, whether you subscribe to them or not, or whatever, that they are in place. And when we act in accordance to Dharma, or our duty, or what's right, that the world is in harmony and that people are uplifted. And I think that as I move forward, I've always strived to do what I feel is my duty, whether it's as a mother or in business or in community service. And I wanted to highlight the fact that as a congressman, it's exactly how I'll continue to make decisions.
That's fantastic. And I think our scriptures certainly give us a lot of basis. I know that many people who are Hindu, who may be going for office, often use the Bhagavad Gita to swear in their swearing in ceremony. Has the Bhagavad Gita influenced your life, and are there scriptures that specifically that you use for guidance in your own life?
Bhagavad Gita has had an amazing effect on my life. When growing up, every night before we used to sleep, my father would make us read shlokas from the Gita, and I think what I've learned from the Bhagavad Gita is that it is actually a guide for problem solving. It's a guide for conflict management. It gives us a framework for how we interact with each other for the betterment of society. And actually, in my hardest times in my life, it's actually the thing I've relied on the most to figure out what's the right thing to do as I move forward.
Beautiful. It was actually done in a very politically polarized environment that I think we live in now. Yes. So I know that in your campaign, you have promised to bridge communities together. It doesn't seem easy, but what is your ideas and how you plan to bring people together to solve problems?
So I think, I'll just step back for a second. I think the problem with the politics today is that it's all about hateful rhetoric and exclusionary politics, right? Who do we not like? Who should not be a part of the system? And as we move forward, my goal is for everyone to be included in the decision making. Every stakeholder should be consulted as we figure out. It's not that I have the answers to everything, but it's that we figure out who are the people that are affected by these and get their input so that we can make a policy or that we can move forward in a way that achieves the greatest good.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic, fantastic. And so I'm sure you're going to win the elections. And when you do and complete your term, what would success look like for you?
Success would look like, for me, winning this election is about getting a greater political awareness from, especially the younger generation, from everyone, that they need to understand that policies in general have an impact on daily lives. And I think, it's not the seat, of course, will win, but it's more of this idea that getting a larger base of people to be involved in the system, which is what makes all the difference.
I love that. I love that. We need to be on the table, right? They always say that. And so after 4 years of successful, is it a 4-year term or a 2 years? Okay. At the end of 2 years, what does success look like for you?
So at the end of 2 years, if I can leave having uplifted even just a segment of this population, I think that would be an amazing thing for me. It's what I strive to do, to make a difference in even one person's life, or however many.
Yeah.
And that's what I look forward to doing.
One person's life. I like that. One person at a time. And I think you will do tremendous impactful work as a congresswoman. And what are you most excited about the campaign right now? How is it going? What are the opportunities that have come your way so far?
Actually, the most exciting thing is how excited the community is about getting involved. The number of calls I've gotten and the number of messages I've gotten about people that are just excited about the idea of a very moralistic kind of integrity-based campaign reassures me that actually that is what people want, is they want goodness in the world. They want to just be happy. They want to find ways for the world to be better, as opposed to the rhetoric you're hearing at the top.
That's really, really beautiful. So speaking of the community, how can the community, not just in California, but beyond, support your campaign? What can they do to help?
I think the main thing is just to pay attention to what's going on. Follow us on social media. There are ways to get involved in the campaign that through our website, whether it's contributing or actually volunteering your time. We'd love as much involvement in whatever way people can give. And they can reach out to us through our website, rakiforcongress.org.
That's fantastic. I do need to ask you, you are a mother, an entrepreneur, a lawyer. How do you manage all this together? And what message do you have for a young woman who might think after your success to run for office?
I think my biggest advice is cut out the noise. Cut out the noise, stay very focused on what you want to achieve, what's important in your life. Whether it's as a mother, I know that my goal is just to create a path for my kids to be happy, and then everything kind of falls into place.
Beautiful. I love that. Form the path for your kids to be happy, for example. And I think if your kids need to be happy, the country needs to be a good place. And I think you running for office certainly is working towards that goal. So maybe one last message for our community. How can they support you?
So I think the main thing is everyone needs to pay attention to what's going on, not only with this campaign, but also in their own local politics. Reach out to your congressman, reach out to your local officials, show them that you're paying attention, whether it's through your time or your attention or your money, but be involved in the system. That is the only way for the system to change for the better.
So again, the website is?
RakiForCongress.com.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Rakhi, not just for running for office, but also just taking that first step with, running for office is really, I think, a brave decision you have done, because it's not trivial to do that. So running for office and all the good that you've already done in the community, we sincerely thank you, and we will cheer you along as you are running for this office. Mangalam Shubham.